Hi everyone, welcome back to Regenerate Fitness. These are the client files and I am Heather. This is the end of week 1 for our triple threat participants. We've called it that because we have 3 women who are all working very ambitiously towards their weight loss goals, as well as other goals that they have individually worked out for themselves. I think the first week was successful. We just finished our last weigh-in today, and every single one of these women in the first week has lost between 2.5 and 3 pounds. So that's awesome. We were aiming for 2, but we'll take 3. That's fantastic. So next week, another 2, and each of them has a new challenge they're going to work on for themselves. The first week is always a tough one. Lots of changes going on. We're really switching things up for them, so it is always a bit of a struggle, but these women have handled it so well. So they're ready to take on their next challenge for next week, and I'm going to let them tell you all about it.
So I've been running every day practically. One day I did some elliptical training. My goal this week was just to get out, wake up early, go every day. Next week I'm changing my goal and I really want to bump it up to a minimum of 40 minutes of cardio, and I hope that every week I can have a new goal for my cardio just to keep it interesting. And for my food, one of my struggles is sugar, and it's amazing the difference when you actually keep track of it. One day I had oatmeal with some maple syrup, which is great, but still has sugar, and a Greek yogurt with some fruit bottom berries. And combined with that, that was half of my sugar allowance for that day, which was pretty shocking. So then the next day I changed it up and I put stevia in my oatmeal, and I had plain Greek yogurt in my fruit shake, my protein shake, and I was nowhere near the same amount of grams of sugar. So I'm really trying to change that in my diet as well.
This is Andrea checking in after week 1 of my 8-week Regenerate Fitness challenge. Week 1 was a challenge. I did 6 days of exercise and found by day 3 I was feeling pretty exhausted. So I went out and got myself a B vitamin and found that I was able to get my energy back up and complete the 6 days of exercise and feeling great at the end of it. Eating was my biggest challenge. I'm usually a snacker, so I just found that I had to be prepared ahead of time. Meal plan, have veggies cut up in the fridge, and just that way I could just grab those and go versus grabbing a granola bar and running out the door. I also introduced black beans, chia seeds, flaxseed, and just healthier options to throw into meals to bring up the fiber. All in all, I think I did pretty good. I know next week I can do even better now that I've had some practice at it. I also love that my family's getting healthy along with me because they're having to eat everything that I'm eating. As well, my son, my 6-year-old, has decided that he wants to come on runs with me, so he gets on his bike and comes along with me. So I love that we're getting a little bit of time to ourselves and that he's getting fit with me and getting some exercise and fresh air. So week 1's done, and I think it turned out pretty good. Week 2 will be even better, and I will talk to you then.
Hey everybody, I have survived the first week of the triple threat. So on to week 2. The first week went really well, although I was really tired on Sunday. The workouts went really well, and I did have a lot of difficulty getting all of my calories in, and in particular protein. I had a lot of trouble getting all of that in, but I am definitely already seeing the benefits. So I'm feeling a lot stronger, a lot more energetic. I've had a bit of a hip injury, so the hip is feeling good, and I'm hoping next week to add some more miles on, so about 10% onto my miles for next week for running. And I've also survived my first spin class. Although I was purple, I did make it to the end, and I thought that the clock had stopped at 15 minutes. I was fairly certain, but I made it to the end of the 1-hour spin class unscathed, and I'm hoping to try a new class every week. So that's something that I'm hoping to work on in the weeks to come. So I'll keep checking in, and we'll see you next week.